Hello, my crafty friends. This is Sandy, and this video is going to walk us through my Make a Memory 18-page kit. Now, it's 18 pages, but let me just say that Stampin' Up's Make a Memory kit, which is what originally came in this box, is awesome. And I didn't have to do a lot of work. I did some thinking, right? I added 26 pieces of paper to this kit that was already awesome. So these two things came with the project kit, so I just threw them in. This is little dots, so it's two-sided tape, but in circle form, really easy to use. You just pull. So depending on how you work, I find a piercing tool works best to slide underneath to pop the protective sheet off, but it's just glue stuck in between a plastic sheet and a protective circle. Then this is called tear and tape, tear and tape. So you really just find the start, you tear off a piece, it rubs onto, let me find scrap paper. It rubs onto your paper, you peel off the backing. You rub it all the way on there. You peel off the backing, and now that's sticky and won't go anywhere. So that is tear and tape. Try it out. It's awesome and not very expensive, super easy to use, photo safe, yada yada, all the good stuff. Okay, so Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit from Stampin' Up is beautiful. They came up with one, two, three, four, five, six, seven layouts. And I added a whole bunch of cardstock and layers and things and stuff to make it, I sandified it. You're right. I did. I sandified it. So first thing you're going to do, give this a little wave, punch all those pieces out. The wave kind of helps all those little nooks and crannies to release. So you've got two sheets of these punch outs that we're going to use throughout the entire kit. Oh, this one's also a punch out sheet. Um, right? It's perfect. You don't have to do a lot of work because it's already done for you. So you have four sheets of stickers. One of them's in English, right? So this one you're going to use. If you wanted to do it in French, you could do it in French. You're going to need, ooh, that's important. And it looks like German. So you could do it in German, you could do it in French, or you can do it in English. You pick. I know, I'm adorable. So really simply, I'm just going to show you what I've done with each of these pages. So this is the first layout that we will be making. Um, this event is scheduled for August 2nd. You could easily do this project on your own, just looking at the pictures and assembling it. But I'm throwing in lunch and desserts and a whole day, 10 to 8 on August 2nd. So not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after, 2 weeks from right now. Um, Everything's cut for you. So I'm going to show you all of that. But here's layout one, stickers. All these pieces are cut for you. All this beautiful sweepy motion in the back is done. These strips of paper are all cut for you. You just need to tuck everything in place. And this is all the pieces for those first two pages, right? So it's all cut and ready. We're just going to work through it together. Then the next set of pages, here's what we've got cut for us. All right, so all these beautiful little pieces mixed in with stickers and punch outs. will create this beautiful two-page spread, right? So it's very easy to assemble. There's very little pieces, like we're gonna dovetail this piece here, but otherwise everything's already done for you. We're gonna cut this tab in half. But the stickers are perfect. The punch outs are perfect to make it a really easy assembly. Here's the next set of pages we're going to do. And this one's really fun because this part right here in the middle was actually one 12 by 12 page, right? So this piece right here was a 12 by 12 piece that I cut right through the middle and turned it into a two-page spread by pulling in the stripes over here from one of the cutouts. And then this was one of the 4 by 6 pieces. So it helps bring all that kind of rainbow, arrowy kind of thing into place with some extra color. So that part, all of that is these 2 pages here. If you're working through the kit, super easy. All the pieces are cut for you. You're just going to pop them all together. All right, so the next one right here, I'll show you the pieces. We've got our two 12 by 12s, our photo mats, some strips of beautiful paper, and all of that is going to create this layout. So there's that layout using, so these 3 pieces here, 1, 2, 3 with flowers, I didn't cut them the same. I couldn't remember how I cut them to make them look just like this. So yours are going to look a little bit different. The flowers, like the space, the little open space here with no flower, that's actually going to be in this corner. This one, they're going to have less flowers on them because of the way I cut them. And I apologize, it's not exact, but you can figure out where the pieces go based on the sizes. These two are the same size, but this has more flowers and this is the one that's smaller. These 2 pieces here, you're going to dovetail from the strip, right? Easy. It's easy to assemble and yet still so beautiful and elegant because the kit is gorgeous. Here's what we'll do with the next set of pages in your stack. Again, just 3 pieces of paper, the yellow with the pink, and then the striped piece all kind of framed within there. I have this piece here actually touching the bottom of the page. So it looks almost like it's, I don't know, a bookcase is kind of what I was going for. I love this journal piece that just gets framed right in that 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 piece of yellow. This you're going to dovetail so that you get that little fun angle to the paper, little cluster of flowers with a fun thing going through there. Now this, is this part of it? Yes. So this one right here is, you see loving, you're going to cut currently and loving apart and just trim down loving a little bit. And we use currently somewhere else. We may have already passed that. I'm sorry if I missed it. I think that's it for this page. And that all started with your photo mats, these 2, your little strips of paper, and then this is the one that you dovetail. These 2 go together. And there's your 2, 1, 2, 12 by 12s that goes on. Here's the next set of papers that we're going to use. So we've got 2 big guys, some photo mats, 2 of these 2 1/2 by 12 pieces, 2 strips of yellow there, and then a bunch of, these were all 4 by 6 cards that I cut down into 3 by 4 cards so that when we put the spread together, you then end up with a little bit of the color on both sides of the page and it's nice and balanced. So these, the 8 1/2 by 11 pieces, but to the middle, you've got your strip of 2 1/2 by 12, and then those yellow pieces that kind of frame that corner so that you've got a 1/2 inch frame now all the way around. Little arrow from your punch outs, and then this is from your punch outs, and the rest is from your stickers, right? Simple. Oh, when you get to this part right here, um, I would say just cut your picture 4x6 and put it right there. I taped that whole thing right down. Here's the next set of pages. I do want to point out this day down here, we're cutting off on and trimming down the other side so that you've got this day nice and tight right here under remember. So remember this day. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue pieces all go down first, and you want to put them a 1/2 inch up and a 1/2 inch in so that it all frames nicely with a 1/2 inch all the way around. And you decide if you want to put, which strips you want to put on. And then I would put these pieces on. And you want to do one of these long strips last because this piece isn't necessarily, and this one here, put these two and this one here on so that you can get your framing right. Because these are a little bit longer, could be a little bit longer than you need them to be. This one's definitely a 4x6, and you really only need 5 inches showing. Then obviously that's where your photo mat goes. These ones here, you decide if you want to, I just put a little bit of tape up in the corners so that I could still slip a picture underneath, but you could just cut your picture to 3x3 to put them in those wells. These tags are really fun. Just slip them underneath there with these fun little flourishes coming out the side. Don't forget that strip before you put that down. Now, I didn't really forget. I didn't come up with the idea of adding this peach colored strip until afterwards. So mine doesn't go all the way through. So if you do forget, there is a way to improvise and make it work. Oh, really important. These two tags right here, you're going to cut 1 inch off of each of them so that you can put the balance of color over on this side. And then these little flourishes just go underneath your camera. Pop up whatever you want to pop up. Kind of really think about your spacing up here. Maybe put day down first and then put the tab and put lovely over top of it, because lovely does kind of come up and out of all the different sides of that tab. But this is what that one in your kit looks like. Right, so there's that. You're only going to have the 5 inches in the middle, not 1 inch on either side, or the 1/2 inch on either side. There's those two tabs for either end, your 4 blue pieces, 2 strips of this, and these 2 pieces and the 2 gray pieces like this, you will need to trim a 1/2 inch off of the end when you assemble it so that it goes right where you want it to go. Here's the next one. So here's our 2-page spread. The 6x12 pieces go 3 inches up, 3 inches down so that they're right in the middle of those pages. Your smaller strips of the blue flourish piece need to go on the bottom. They don't have to, you can switch them, it doesn't matter. But just make sure whatever you do, the 1/2 inches are together and the 1/4 inches are together. I think the next easiest thing to do is maybe get these pieces in so you can figure out your spacing for these 2 pieces. And then your tags just kind of, tuck underneath wherever you want them to go. Today, your flourishes, the little things, put your little typewriter on there, and that one is done. So here's what the pieces look like. There's your photo mats, your 4 pieces, 2 1/2 inches, 2 1/4 inches, the 2 blue pieces, and your blue base pages. This is our last set of pages. I know it goes so fast because it really is just a gorgeous, gorgeous kit, you guys. So this last set of pages has this beautiful base to it. Those came right in the kit. You've got your photo mats, a yellow piece of paper, some 1/2 inch or 1.5 inch by 6 inch pieces, a journaling box, and then you have 8 2.5 by 2.5 pieces. Here's what those pages look like when you assemble them. Okay, so I want to point out over here that you only see an inch of this piece here, and you only see an inch of this piece here. So you could cut those two pieces down. I left them at 1.5 inches, because that's how, when I cut the 2.5 inch squares off of it, that's what was left over. So you could put these on here and then put this one so that it overlaps and you won't even know that they're longer, or you can trim them down. It's totally up to you. Or maybe you decide, I really want this yellow stripe up here and I want this polka dot down here. You've got options. Obviously, these 8 pieces are all lined up with that piece in the middle. You've got your flourishes, some lemons. Hello, more lemon, the story, and that's it. So 18 pages really in a blink of an eye, because this kit is spectacular. That is Make a Memory, sandified into an 18-page project for a day crop, August 2nd. Let me know if you want me to cut you a kit.